I think social media makes it easier to live in an echo chamber. So I mentioned that I'm a historian, and one of the things that I remember being struck by in studying the 50s and 60s, so really the dawn of the American sitcoms, was that many historians of the civil rights movement argued that those suburban sitcoms, the Leave It to Beavers, for example, kind of shows, were actually very powerful in making the argument to communities who had never lived in a suburb that my life could be like this. And what those sitcoms meant was that everyone was watching the same shows at the same time, and they knew what they were missing out on, or perhaps they saw themselves reflected in those sitcoms. But the point was everyone only had 2 or 3 choices of TV shows, and they all were watching those particular things. And the fact that they were reacting to them kind of in real time, meant that they all had shared ideas about what life should be like. Radio was a little different than TV in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Radio earlier on, radio did something which we call narrowcasting. In other words, there were more radio stations than there were TV stations, and they targeted smaller communities of people. And they could survive only reaching smaller communities of people. So you could have radio stations that you would listen to, which your parents wouldn't, or the people who lived in a geographically different place than you did. Social media exponentially has increased sort of the narrowcasting effect. So I think we all gravitate to things that we like, whether it's the restaurants that we habitually visit, in my case, the chocolate, I habitually buy. And what starts out as just being, a familiar, comfortable place to eat, or set of articles that you think that you'll enjoy reading, becomes the places that you never leave. And so I think social media has made it easier for us to be in that echo chamber, and to just get reinforced in what we like. And very often we don't even realize that actually we could like, or we could be interested in, we might be intrigued by or provoked by, in a good way, things that are outside our purview.